Hello, everyone. Tonight we're settling into a gentle tale, one that wraps around you like a soft blanket, pulling you into a world of quiet reflection. Picture yourself in a cozy space, maybe with a warm drink nearby, the kind of place where worries slip away. Close your eyes if you'd like, or just let your gaze soften. Take a deep breath, feel your shoulders relax, and let the day's weight drift off like leaves on a slow-moving river. This story, about a knight writing his last letter before a battle, is meant to soothe, to carry you gently towards sleep. It's a journey through memories, love, and peace, crafted to feel familiar, like a story you've known forever. The crackle of a fire, the scratch of a quill on parchment. Those are the sounds we'll wander through. Maybe you'll drift off in a few minutes, and that's perfectly fine. So, before you get too comfortable, relaxed, and sink deep into sleep, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here. I'd also love to know where you're listening from and what time it is there. Drop it in the comments if you feel like sharing. Now, turn off the light. Maybe switch on a fan for that soft hum. And let's begin our journey tonight. I'm seated by a small fire, its glow flickering across the rough canvas of my tent. The air is cool, heavy with the scent of damp earth and pine. My quill rests in my hand, the feather worn but still soft, and the parchment before me is a pale square in the dim light. Tomorrow, I ride into battle, but tonight, my heart is elsewhere. I write this letter, not for the king or my comrades, but for you, my love, who waits far beyond these shadowed hills. The camp is quiet now, save for the occasional clink of armor or the low murmur of voices. The fire pops, sending a spark upward, and I pause to watch it vanish into the dark. My thoughts are heavy, but not with fear. They're filled with you, with the life we've built in my mind, the one I carry like a talisman. I imagine your hands unfolding this letter, your eyes tracing my words. It's a comfort, knowing these words will find you, even if I cannot. The quill scratches as I begin, each stroke deliberate. I have never been a man of many words, but tonight, they feel necessary, like a bridge between us. I think of the first time I saw you, standing by the river, your hair catching the sunlight like a halo. That memory steadies me now, as the firelight dances on my gauntlets, stacked neatly beside me. They're scuffed, worn from years of service, but they've kept me safe. I wonder if you'll smile when you read this, or if your brow will crease with worry. I hope it's the former. I want these words to feel like a warm hearth, not a cold farewell. The night stretches on, and I let my mind wander to the small things, the way your laugh sounds, the way you hum when you think no one's listening. These are the treasures I carry, more precious than any crest or crown. I shift on the stool, the wood creaking under my weight. My chainmail lies folded in the corner, glinting faintly. It's heavy, but I'm used to it, like an old friend who knows my every step. I think of the battles I've fought, the fields I've crossed, all leading to this moment. Yet here, by this fire, I'm not a knight. I'm just a man, writing to the one who holds his heart. The stars are out now, peeking through a gap in the tent's flap. They remind me of the nights we'd lie in the grass, counting them, making up stories for each one. I want to fill this letter with those moments, to remind you of the joy we've shared. The fire is burning low, and I add another log, watching the flames flare briefly. My breath is slow, steady, and I feel a calm settling over me, like a soft tide. I write of the meadow near your home, where we'd walk in the evenings. The grass was always cool underfoot, and the air smelled of wildflowers. I can almost hear the crickets now, their song blending with the distant hoot of an owl. These memories are my refuge, and I pour them onto the page, hoping they'll reach you as vividly as they live in me. I tell you about the fire's warmth, how it feels like a small piece of home. I describe the weight of the quill, the way the ink smudges if I'm not careful. It's strange how these small details matter now. They ground me, keep me tethered to you. The camp feels far away, and it's just me, the fire, and this letter. My eyelids grow heavy, but I keep writing, wanting to capture every thought before the dawn. The parchment is nearly full, but there's more to say. I think of your voice, soft and clear, reading these words aloud. I imagine you pausing, maybe touching the page where my hand rested. It's a foolish thought, perhaps, but it brings me peace. I want you to know I'm not afraid. Not really. I've faced many battles, and this one is no different. What makes it special is this letter, this chance to speak to you across the miles. I dip the quill again, the ink dark and smooth, and continue. The fire's glow is softer now, the logs settling into embers. I feel a quiet strength, knowing these words will outlast the night. They're my gift to you, a piece of me to hold close, no matter what tomorrow brings. The fire has settled into a steady glow, casting long shadows across the tent's walls. I sit here, the parchment still open before me, the quill resting lightly in my hand. My thoughts turn to the armor that waits for me, stacked carefully in the corner. It's not just steel and leather, it's a part of me, as familiar as my own skin. Tonight, as I write to you, I want to tell you about it, about the weight I carry and how it grounds me. Even now, on the eve of battle, the air is cool and I pull my cloak tighter, the rough wool brushing my fingers. The camp is hushed, the distant clink of metal fading into the night. It's just me, the fire's soft crackle, and these words for you. My breastplate gleams faintly in the firelight, its surface worn but polished. I run my hand over it, feeling the dents from past skirmishes. Each mark tells a story of a parried blow, a moment I survived to return to you. It's heavy, nearly 40 pounds, but I've grown accustomed to its embrace. When I wear it, I feel steady, as if the world can't knock me down. I think of the first time I donned it, how my shoulders ached under its weight. Now, it's like a second self, molding to my frame. I want you to know this, to understand how it anchors me, even when my heart feels adrift. The chainmail lies folded beside it, a cascade of interlocked rings. It's quieter than you'd think, rustling softly when I move. I remember the armorer who crafted it, an old man with hands like oak. He told me each link was a prayer for protection. I like to think those prayers linger, woven into the metal. When I slip it on, it settles over me like a cool stream, flexible but unyielding. I imagine you touching it, your fingers tracing the rings, and it makes me smile. You'd probably say it's too cold, too heavy, but to me, it's a comfort, a reminder of my purpose. My gauntlets rest nearby, their leather grips worn smooth from years of holding a sword. They're scarred, the steel scratched from deflecting blades, but they've never failed me. I flex my hand now, feeling the ghost of their weight. Tomorrow, they'll steady my grip, but tonight, they're just another piece of my world I want to share with you. I think of your hands, soft and warm, and how they'd feel so different in these gloves. It's a small thing, but it makes me feel closer to you, imagining you here, understanding this part of my life. The greaves and sabatons are stacked at the bottom, guarding my legs and feet. They're the last pieces I put on, the final step before I ride out. I remember the first time I walked in them, how they clanked with every step. Now, they're silent, moving with me like an extension of my body. I think of the paths we've walked together, you and I, through meadows and along riverbanks. Those were lighter steps, but these armored ones carry the same heart. I want you to know that, to feel the thread that ties my days here to our moments together. I pause to stir the fire, the embers flaring briefly. The warmth brushes my face, and I close my eyes, picturing your smile. The armor, for all its weight, doesn't burden me. It's a shield, not just for my body, but for my resolve. It reminds me why I fight for you, for our home, for the life we dream of. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing smoothly, and describe the way the firelight dances on the steel. It's beautiful, in its own way, like the way moonlight catches your hair. I want these words to paint a picture for you, to bring you into this quiet moment. Sometimes, I wonder what you'd think, seeing me in full armor. Would you laugh at how it dwarfs me, or would you see the man beneath, the one who loves you? I like to think it's the latter. The armor is my duty, but you are my reason. I write of the leather straps, worn soft from use, and the buckles that gleam faintly. Each piece has its place, fitted to me through years of wear. It's not just protection, it's a promise, one I renew every time I put it on. I tell you this, hoping you'll feel that promise too, across the miles. The tent is still, the night deepening outside. I hear the soft hoot of an owl, a reminder of the world beyond this camp. My armor waits, patient and silent, ready for tomorrow. But tonight, it's just a companion, sitting with me as I write. I think of the weight it carries, not just in pounds but in meaning. It's my shield against the world, but your love is my true strength. I fill the parchment with these thoughts, the quill moving slowly, each word a step closer to you. The fire burns low, and I feel a calm settle over me, like a gentle tide pulling me toward peace. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I want you to know I'm steady, grounded by this armor and by you. The weight I carry is lighter because of your love, and I carry it willingly. The stars are bright outside, and I feel their light in my heart as I write. This letter is my way of holding you close, of sharing this quiet night. I set the quill down for a moment, my hand resting on the parchment, and breathe deeply. The armor, the fire, the words, they're all part of this moment, and I'm grateful for them all. The fire's embers glow softly now, their warmth a quiet companion as I sit with my quill and parchment. The night is deep, the camp silent except for the occasional rustle of leaves outside the tent. My thoughts drift far from this place, back to the village where I was born, where my heart still lingers. I want to share this with you, my love, to paint the fields and faces that shaped me, the home that holds me steady even now. The air smells of wood smoke and earth, and I let these memories flow onto the page, each word a thread connecting me to you. I think of the rolling hills around our village, their green slopes dotted with wildflowers in spring. As a boy, I'd run through them, the grass cool against my bare feet, chasing the wind until I collapsed, laughing under the wide sky. I can still hear the hum of bees, the distant lowing of cattle. I tell you about the oak tree by the river, its branches heavy with leaves, where I'd sit and dream of adventures. That tree still stands, I'm sure, watching over the village as it always has. I want you to see it, to feel its shade, to know the boy I was before I became this knight. My family's cottage comes to mind, its stone walls weathered but warm. The kitchen always smelled of fresh bread. My mother's hands dusted with flour as she hummed an old tune. I write of her smile, gentle but strong, and the way she'd tuck me in at night, her voice a soft lullaby. My father, too, fills these pages, his calloused hands teaching me to carve wood. His quiet pride when I first held a sword. They're gone now, but their love lives in me, a foundation I carry into every battle. I want you to know them, to feel their warmth through my words, as if you're sitting by that hearth with us. I describe the village square, where the market buzzed on Sundays. The baker's stall overflowed with golden loaves, An old widow Mary sold herbs tied in neat bundles. I can almost taste the apples I'd steal from the orchard, their juice sweet and sharp. The laughter of children, the clatter of carts, it's all so vivid, as if I could step back there now. I tell you about the festivals, when lanterns lit the night and we danced until dawn. You'd have loved those nights, your hand in mine, twirling under the stars. These memories are my treasure, and I share them with you, hoping they bring you the same comfort they bring me. The river runs through my thoughts, its waters clear and steady. I used to fish there with my brother, our lines dangling as we traded stories. He'd tease me about my clumsy casts, but his grin was always kind. I write of the way the current sang, a soft murmur that lulled me to sleep on warm afternoons. That river still flows, carrying my childhood toward you. I imagine us walking its banks, your laughter blending with its song. It's a simple dream, but it anchors me, reminding me what I fight for. I pause to add a log to the fire, the flames flaring briefly. The tent is cozy, the parchment nearly full with memories. I think of the village church, its bell ringing at dusk, calling us to prayer. The stained glass windows glowed like jewels, and I'd sit in the pews, feeling small but safe. I tell you about the priest's voice, calm and steady, and the way the candlelight flickered on the altar. Those moments taught me peace, a lesson I hold close now. I want you to feel that peace, to know it's part of me, woven into this letter. The seasons come alive as I write of autumn's golden leaves, winter's crisp snow, summer's endless days. I remember building snowmen with my sister, our mittens soaked but our hearts warm. I describe the harvest, when the whole village worked together, singing as we gathered wheat. These rhythms shaped me, gave me roots that reach deep, even here in this distant camp. I want you to walk those fields in your mind, to smell the earth, to hear the wind. It's my home, and through you, it lives on. I think of you reading this, maybe by a window with morning light streaming in. I hope these words feel like a visit, like I've brought the village to you. The fire burns low, and I dip the quill again, the ink dark against the page. I write of the meadow where we first kissed, its grass soft under our feet. That memory is my haven, a place I return to when the world feels heavy. I tell you, I carry it always, a light in my heart. The tent is quiet, the night still, and I feel you near, as if you're here beside me. The parchment is crowded now, but there's room for one last thought. I want you to know this village isn't just my past, it's our future, a place we'll return to together. I see us there, growing old, watching the sun set over those hills. This letter holds that promise, sealed with every word. I set the quill down, my hands steady, and breathe deeply. The fire's glow is soft, the world at peace, and I'm grateful for this moment, for you, for home. The fire's glow has softened to a warm pulse, casting a gentle light across the tent. The parchment lies open before me, the quill steady in my hand, its feather catching the faint draft. Outside, the camp is still, wrapped in the deep quiet of the night. My thoughts are with you, my love, and with this letter, which carries my heart across the miles. Tonight, I want to tell you why I write these words, why I pour myself onto this page before the battle dawns. The air smells of pine and embers, and I let my heart guide the quill, each stroke a step closer to you. This letter is my way of holding you close, even when mountains and rivers stand between us. I imagine you unfolding it, your fingers brushing the parchment, and it gives me peace to know you'll have this piece of me. I write not out of fear, but out of love, a need to share my soul with you, to leave no thought unspoken. Tomorrow's battle is uncertain, but this moment, this act of writing, is mine to shape. I want you to feel my presence in every line, to know I'm thinking of you, always. The fire pops softly, and I pause, letting the warmth settle over me like a familiar cloak. I think of the promises we've made, whispered under starlit skies or beside the hearth in your father's house. This letter is an extension of those vows, a way to renew them across the distance. I tell you about the weight of my duty, how it pulls me to this battlefield, but how your love pulls me even stronger toward home. I want you to understand that every step I take, every swing of my sword, is for us, for the life we'll build together. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark and smooth, and I describe the calm I feel, knowing these words will reach you. There's a comfort in writing, a rhythm that soothes me. Each word is a thread, weaving us together despite the miles. I think of your voice, soft and clear, reading this aloud, and it steadies me. I want this letter to be a refuge for you, a place where you can find me, whole and unbroken. No matter what comes, I write of the small things, the way the firelight flickers, the feel of the quill's worn feather, the scent of the night air. These details anchor me, and I hope they anchor you too, drawing you into this quiet moment we share. I pause to stir the fire, the embers glowing brighter for a moment. The tent is cozy, a small haven in this vast camp. I think of the times we've sat together, sharing stories or silence, and this letter feels like an extension of those moments. I want you to know why I fight not for glory or gold, but for you, for the dream of a life where we wake each morning to birdsong and each other's smiles. I tell you this, hoping it brings you strength, just as your love strengthens me. The parchment is filling, but there's always room for more, for the truths I need you to carry. This letter is also a gift, a way to give you something tangible when I'm so far away. I imagine you keeping it close, maybe tucked in the drawer by your bedside, where you can find it when the nights feel long. I write of the future I see for us walks through the village, evenings by the river, a home filled with warmth. These dreams spill onto the page, and I feel lighter for sharing them. The quill scratches softly, a sound that blends with the fire's gentle crackle, and I let myself linger in this moment, in the act of reaching you. I think of the battles I've fought, the scars I bear, and how they've led me to this night, to this letter. I want you to know I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my shield. I tell you about the stars outside, bright and steady, and how they remind me of your eyes. This letter is my way of bringing those stars to you, of lighting your path as you light mine. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing like a river, and continue, pouring my heart into every word. There's a peace in knowing these words will outlast this night, that they'll find you when the time is right. I write to remind you that you are my home, my reason, my everything. I think of your laugh, the way it lifts my spirit, and I want this letter to carry that joy to you. The fire burns low, its warmth a gentle embrace, and I feel you near, as if you're sitting here beside me. I want you to feel that closeness, to know this letter is a bridge between us, built with love and care. The parchment is nearly full, but I have one last thought to share. This letter is my promise to you, sealed with every word, that I carry you with me always. I imagine you reading this, your heart steady, and it gives me strength to face tomorrow. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The tent is quiet, the night soft and still, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to speak to you through these words. The fire has dwindled to a soft bed of embers, its faint glow barely reaching the edges of the tent. The parchment lies before me, the quill's feather catching the dim light as I hold it poised above the page. Outside, the night is vast, wrapping the camp in a stillness that feels almost sacred. I want to share this moment with you, my love, to describe the eve of battle, not its tension, but its quiet beauty, the way it holds me in a gentle pause before the dawn. The air carries the scent of dew and distant wood smoke, and I let these sensations guide my words, each one a gift for you. The camp is hushed, as if the world is holding its breath. Tents stretch out in uneven rows, their canvas glowing faintly under the starlight. I step outside for a moment, my boots sinking into the soft earth, and look up at the sky. The stars are countless, scattered like diamonds across a velvet cloth. I think of you, gazing at the same sky, and it feels as if we're together, sharing this endless night. I write of the constellations, the ones we named on those warm evenings by the river, and how they seem to watch over me now, steady and kind. Back inside, the tent is warm, the embers casting a cozy light. I describe the sounds that drift through the night, the soft snort of horses, the occasional clink of a sword being adjusted, the low murmur of a sentry's voice. These are the heartbeat of the camp, familiar and soothing. I tell you about the men around me, some sleeping, others staring into the dark, each carrying their own hopes and fears. There's no talk of battle tonight, only a shared silence that binds us. I want you to feel this quiet, to know it's not a place of dread, but of reflection, a moment to hold what matters close. I think of the fire's warmth, how it lingers on my hands as I write. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment, and I describe the way the shadows dance on the tent's walls, like memories shifting in my mind. I tell you about the blanket draped over my shoulders, its wool worn but soft, a gift from my mother long ago. It's a small thing, but it grounds me, reminding me of home, of you. I want you to picture this scene, to feel the calm that settles over me as I sit here, pouring my heart onto the page. The night feels alive, in its own gentle way. I write of the breeze that slips through the tent's flap, cool and fresh, carrying the scent of pine from the nearby woods. It's a smell that takes me back to our walks through the forest, your hand in mine, the world green and endless. I tell you how I imagine you now, maybe curled up with a book, the lamplight soft on your face. This letter is my way of sitting beside you, of sharing this quiet night across the miles. The fire's glow is fading, but it's enough to light my words, to carry them to you. I pause to sip from a tin cup, the water cool and clear, drawn from a stream nearby. I describe its taste, crisp and pure, and how it reminds me of the well in our village where we'd meet on summer evenings. These small details matter, weaving a thread between here and home. I tell you about the stars again, how they seem brighter tonight, as if they know I'm writing to you. I want this letter to feel like a starlit night, wrapping you in peace, helping you rest easy, knowing I'm steady, thinking of you. The camp's silence is broken by a distant owl's call, soft and mournful. I write of its song, how it blends with the rustle of leaves, creating a lullaby for the night. I think of your voice, reading these words, and it soothes me, like that owl's call soothes the dark. I want you to know this moment is for us, a space where time slows, where I can be with you in spirit. The quill scratches softly, a rhythm that matches my breath, and I let myself linger here, in this quiet haven we've built together. I imagine you holding this letter, your fingers tracing my words. I want you to feel the calm of this night, the way it holds me gently, like your embrace. I tell you, I'm not afraid, not because I'm brave, but because your love is my anchor. The stars outside are a promise, a light that guides me back to you. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing like a stream, and continue, filling the parchment with this night's beauty, with my love for you. The tent is still, the embers glowing faintly. I set the quill down for a moment, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The night is kind, its silence a gift, and I'm grateful for this chance to share it with you. This letter is my heart, laid bare, a bridge to you across the dark. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a peace that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. The tent is bathed in the faint glow of dying embers, their soft light flickering across the parchment before me. The quill rests in my hand, its feather worn but steady, and the air carries the cool scent of earth and distant hay. Outside, the camp slumbers under a blanket of stars, the night so still it feels like a held breath. My thoughts turn to my horse, my loyal companion, who waits in the paddock nearby. I want to share him with you, my love, to tell you of the bond we share, the quiet strength he lends me as I write this letter. The fire's warmth lingers, and I let these thoughts flow, each word a tether to you. His name is Alden, a sturdy bay with a coat that gleams like polished chestnut in the sun. I describe his eyes, dark and knowing, always watching me with a calm that soothes my heart. He's been with me through countless journeys, his hooves steady on rocky paths and open fields. I tell you how he nuzzles my shoulder when I approach, his breath warm and familiar, a greeting that feels like home. I want you to picture him, to see the way his mane catches the breeze, to feel the trust that binds us. I think of the first time I rode him, years ago, when he was young and spirited. He tested me, tossing his head, but we learned each other's ways. Now, he moves with me as if we're one, his gait smooth and sure. I write of the mornings we've spent together, galloping through meadows, the wind cool against my face. Those moments are freedom, a gift he gives me, and I want you to know them, to feel that joy through my words. I imagine you patting his flank, your hand gentle, and it makes me smile. Alden's stall is just beyond the tent, and I can almost hear his soft snort, the rustle of straw under his hooves. I describe the way he stands, one leg cocked, his head lowered in rest. He's a creature of habit, always waiting for the apple I slip him before a ride. I tell you about the orchard near our village, where I'd pick those apples, their skin crisp and red. It's a small ritual, but it ties us to home, to you. I want this letter to carry that warmth, to wrap you in the comfort of these simple moments. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint flare of light. The tent is quiet, the night deep and serene. I think of the battles Alden has carried me through, his courage unwavering even when arrows flew. I write of his strength, the way his muscles ripple under his coat, but also his gentleness, how he lowers his head for a child to pet. I want you to see both sides of him, to know he's not just a war horse, but a friend, a piece of my heart I share with you. The stars outside are bright, their light slipping through the tent's flap. I tell you how Alden loves to graze under such skies, his silhouette calm against the horizon. I remember the nights we'd camp by rivers, just him and me, the water's murmur blending with his steady breathing. Those memories are peace, and I pour them onto the page, hoping they reach you as vividly as they live in me. I want you to feel the rhythm of his hoofbeats, the way they echo my pulse, steady and true. I dip the quill again, the ink dark and smooth, and write of the trust we've built. Alden knows my weight, my signals, even my moods. When I'm weary, he slows, as if to carry more than just my body. I tell you how I brush him down after a ride, my hands moving over his coat, and how it calms us both. I imagine you there, watching, maybe laughing at the hay in my hair. This letter is my way of bringing you into that moment, of sharing the quiet joy Alden brings me. I think of you reading this, your fingers brushing the parchment. I want you to know, Alden is more than a horse. He's a symbol of the loyalty I feel for you. He carries me through this life, just as your love carries my spirit. I write of the dawn we'll face tomorrow, how he'll stand ready, his ears pricked, and how I'll think of you as we ride. The fire is nearly out, but its warmth lingers, and I feel a gentle peace, knowing these words will find you. The tent is still, the night soft and endless. I set the quill down for a moment, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. Alden is out there, resting, and I'm here, writing to you, both of us bound by love and duty. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, and I'm grateful for this chance to share it. I close my eyes, picturing you and Alden together, and feel a calm that carries me through the night. The tent is cloaked in the soft hush of night, the embers of the fire casting a faint, warm glow across the parchment. My quill hovers above the page, its feather trembling slightly in the cool draft that slips through the canvas. The camp lies still, the distant snort of a horse or the rustle of leaves, the only sounds breaking the silence. My thoughts turn to the moment that brought me here, to the king's call that set me on this path. I want to share this with you, my love, to tell you of the duty that pulls me to this battlefield, yet keeps you ever in my heart. The air smells of damp earth and fading smoke, and I let these words flow, each one a tether to you. It was a crisp morning when the king's messenger arrived, his cloak dusted with the frost of early autumn. I was in the village, splitting wood near the cottage, when I heard the hoofbeats. I write of the moment he handed me the sealed parchment, the royal crest glinting in the sunlight. My hands, calloused from labor, broke the wax, and I read the summons, a call to arms, to defend the kingdom from a threat gathering in the north. I tell you how my heart sank, not from fear, but from the thought of leaving you, your smile still fresh from our last evening together. I described the village square that day, how the air buzzed with whispers as others received their own summons. The blacksmith paused his hammer, the baker set down her loaves, and we gathered, a quiet band of men and women bound by loyalty. I want you to see it, to feel the weight of that moment, the way the sun slanted across the cobblestones, warm despite the chill. The king's words were clear. Our lands, our homes, were at stake. I write of the pride that stirred in me, mingled with the ache of knowing I'd ride away from you. The journey to the king's castle comes alive on the page. I tell you of the road, lined with golden trees, their leaves drifting like embers. Alden, my horse, carried me steadily, his hooves a rhythm that matched my thoughts. At the castle, the great hall was alive with banners, their colors bright against the stone walls. I described the king's voice, steady but grave, as he spoke of the enemy's advance, of the need for every sword. I want you to hear it, to know why I answered, why I stand here now, writing by this fading fire. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a brief flare of light. The tent is warm, a small haven in the vast night. I think of the oath I swore, my hand on my sword, pledging to protect our kingdom. It was a promise to the king, but more to you, to the life we dream of, safe and whole. I write of the weight of that oath, how it sits in my chest, heavy but right. I want you to feel its purpose, to know it's not just duty that drives me, but love, for you and for the home we'll return to. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I tell you of the nights after the summons, when I'd lie awake, picturing your face. Those memories carried me through the long march to this camp, through the rain-soaked days and starlit evenings. I describe the camaraderie that grew among us, the shared glances of men who knew what was at stake. I want you to see us, not as warriors, but as sons, husbands, brothers, all longing for home. This letter is my way of bringing you here, into the quiet before the storm, where my heart rests with you. I think of the king's banner, gold and crimson, flapping in the wind as we rode out. I write of its colors, how they reminded me of the sunset we watched from the hill near your house, your head on my shoulder. That memory is my strength, and I pour it onto the page, hoping it wraps you in warmth. I want you to know I carry that sunset, that love, into every step I take. The fire's glow is soft now, the tent still, and I feel a calm settle over me, like a gentle tide. I imagine you reading this, your fingers tracing my words. I want you to understand the king's call was not a chain, but a choice one I made for us, for the peace we'll share. I tell you, I'm steady, grounded by your love, and that this letter is my vow to return. The stars outside are bright, their light a promise, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with my heart, with the truth of why I'm here. The night is deep, the camp silent. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The king's call brought me to this moment, but your love will bring me home. This letter is my bridge to you, built with every word, and I'm grateful for the chance to share it. I close my eyes, picturing you, and feel a peace that carries me through the night. The tent is wrapped in the gentle stillness of the night, the embers of the fire glowing faintly, casting a soft warmth across the parchment. My quill rests lightly in my hand, its feather catching the occasional draft that whispers through the canvas. The camp is quiet, the world outside hushed under a canopy of stars. My thoughts drift to the knights who shaped me, the mentors whose lessons linger in my heart as I prepare for tomorrow's battle. I want to share their wisdom with you, my love, to tell you of the honor they instilled in me, a guiding light as I write this letter. The air smells of pine and fading smoke, and I let these memories flow, each word a bridge to you. There was Sir Aldrich, the first to see potential in a lanky boy with a wooden sword. I write of his weathered face, lined with years of service, and his voice, gruff but kind, as he taught me to hold a blade. He'd sit me by the training yard's fire, showing me how to balance strength with patience. I describe the way his eyes crinkled when I finally parried his strike, a rare smile breaking through. I want you to see him, to feel his steady presence, to know how his lessons anchor me now, giving me courage without recklessness. Then there was Lady Ilara, a knight whose grace belied her fierceness. I tell you of her armor, polished to a mirror's shine, and how she moved like water, fluid and unyielding. She taught me that honor isn't just in fighting, but in listening to the land, to my heart, to those I protect. I write of the afternoons we spent by the river, her words weaving stories of duty and compassion. I want you to hear her voice, calm and clear, and know it echoes in me, reminding me to fight for you, for us, with a heart full of purpose. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint glow. The tent is cozy, its shadows soft and familiar. I think of Sir Torin, whose laughter could lighten even the darkest march. He showed me that a knight's strength lies in camaraderie, in the bonds we forge. I describe the nights around campfires, his tales of old battles making us forget the cold. I want you to feel that warmth, to know his lessons keep me steady among my comrades here, their faces lit by the same firelight. This letter carries his spirit, a reminder that I'm never alone. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I write of the vows they taught me not just to the king, but to myself, to live with integrity. I tell you of the day Sir Aldrich gave me my first shield, its wood heavy but proud. He said it was my duty to carry it, to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. I think of you now, your strength, your kindness, and know I carry that shield for you. I want you to feel its weight, not as a burden, but as a promise, one I renew with every word. I think of Lady Ilara's final lesson, whispered before she retired, a knight's true battle is within, to hold fast to love amid chaos. I write of her hand on my shoulder, her eyes searching mine, seeing the man I'd become. That moment lives in me, guiding my quill as I tell you, I fight for our future, for the quiet evenings we'll share. I want you to know her wisdom shapes me, keeping my heart open, even here, on the eve of battle. The fire's glow is soft, the tent still, and I feel her lessons steady me, like a gentle tide. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I want you to see these mentors through my eyes, to know they're with me, their voice is a chorus of strength. I tell you of Sir Torrhen's last gift, a carved token, worn smooth from years in my pocket. I carry it now, a reminder of laughter, of loyalty. I describe its feel, cool and familiar, and how it grounds me, like your love does. This letter is my way of sharing their legacy, of bringing you into the heart of who I am. The stars outside are bright, their light slipping through the tent's flap. I write of the nights I trained under them, my mentor's words mingling with the wind. I want you to feel that sky, vast and kind, and know it watches over us both. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing smoothly, and continue, filling the parchment with gratitude for those who shaped me, for you, who complete me. The night is deep, the camp silent, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to weave their lessons into this letter. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. These mentors are my foundation, but you are my home. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying their wisdom and my love to you. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a peace that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. The tent is steeped in the quiet of the night, the embers of the fire reduced to a faint, pulsing glow that barely lights the parchment before me. My quill rests in my hand, its feather soft and familiar, catching the gentle draft that weaves through the canvas. The camp lies silent, the world outside cloaked in starlight and shadow. My thoughts turn to my shield, propped against the tent's wall, its surface scarred and storied. I want to share it with you, my love, to trace the marks that tell of battles past, each one a chapter of my journey to this moment. The air smells of leather and fading embers, and I let these memories guide my words, each one a gift for you. The shield is heavy, its oak frame bound with iron, its face painted with the crest of our house, a silver tree on a field of green. I describe its weight, how it pulls at my arm but steadies my stance. I tell you of the first scar, a deep gouge from a lance in my earliest tournament. I was young, barely a knight, and the blow sent me reeling, but I held fast. I want you to see that mark, to feel its rough edge, to know it taught me resilience, a lesson I carry for us. I write of the scratches that followed, each a story etched in wood and steel. There's a cluster of nicks from a skirmish in the eastern hills, where arrows rained like hail. I describe the sound, a sharp thrum, and how the shield became my shelter. I think of you, safe at home, and know every block was for you, for the life we'll share. I want you to touch those scars in your mind, to understand they're not just wounds, but badges, proof I've endured to return to you. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I tell you of the dent near the center, from a mace that struck with such force I felt it in my bones. That was a dark day, the air thick with dust and cries, but the shield held true. I write of the moment I stood again, my breath ragged but my heart steady, thinking of your face. I want you to feel that strength, to know the shield is more than wood. It's my vow to protect what matters most. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint flare of light. The tent is warm, its shadows soft and comforting. I think of the shield's paint, faded now, the silver tree worn to a ghost of itself. I describe how I repainted it last summer, your hand guiding mine as we sat by the river. Your laughter, bright and free, filled the air as we smudged the green. I want you to remember that day, to feel the sun on your skin, to know that memory lives in the shield, binding us across the miles. There's a long scar along the edge, from a sword that slipped past my guard. I write of the knight who wielded it, his eyes fierce but honorable, and how we parted with respect. That mark reminds me of mercy, of the humanity that lingers even in battle. I want you to see it, to know it softens my heart, keeps me grounded in love, not anger. This letter is my way of sharing these stories, of bringing the shield's history to you, so you can hold it close. I think of you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I describe the shield's grip, the leather worn smooth from years of use, and how it fits my hand like an old friend. I tell you, I imagine your touch when I hold it, your strength flowing through me. The stars outside are bright, their light slipping through the tent's flap, and I write of their glow, how it mirrors the shield's quiet pride. I want you to feel that light, to know it carries my promise to return, shield and all. The fire's glow is nearly gone, but the tent remains a haven. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing smoothly, and write of the shield's weight as a comfort, not a burden. It's my duty, my honor, and I carry it for you. I tell you of the moments I've leaned against it, weary but unbroken, and how it reminds me of your steadfast love. This letter is my heart, etching the shield's stories for you, so you know every scar is a step toward home. The night is deep, the camp silent. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The shield stands ready, as do I, bolstered by your love and the lessons its scars hold. This letter is my bridge to you, built with every word, and I'm grateful for this chance to share it. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a peace that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. The tent is wrapped in the deep hush of the night, the embers of the fire now a faint whisper of warmth, casting a soft glow across the parchment. My quill rests lightly in my hand, its feather still and steady, as if it too feels the calm that surrounds me. The camp is silent, the world beyond the canvas cloaked in starlight and shadow. My heart turns to a prayer, a quiet offering for peace and strength as I face the dawn. I want to share this with you, my love, to let you feel the serenity that fills me as I write these words. The air carries the scent of cool earth and distant pine, and I let this moment guide my quill, each word a gift for you. I kneel by the fire, the ground firm beneath me, and close my eyes, letting my thoughts rise like the smoke curling upward. I write of the prayer I offer not to a distant God, but to the quiet forces that hold the world together, the stars, the earth, the love we share. I ask for courage, not to conquer, but to endure, to carry me through the battle so I might return to you. I describe the stillness in my chest, the way my breath slows, as if the night itself is listening. I want you to feel this peace, to know it wraps me as surely as your arms do. The prayer is simple, its words unspoken but felt. I tell you how I ask for clarity, to see the path ahead with a steady heart. I think of the village church, its candles flickering in the dusk, and the way those moments taught me to find calm amid uncertainty. I write of the warmth I seek, not just from the fire, but from the hope of our future together. I want you to picture me here, head bowed, my hands open, offering this moment to something greater, trusting it will carry me back to you. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint spark of light. The tent is a sanctuary, its shadows soft and comforting. I describe the night's embrace, how it feels like a promise that all will be well. My prayer asks for protection, not just for me, but for my comrades, for the land we defend, for you, waiting far away. I write of the stars above, their light steady and kind, and how I imagine them watching over you too. I want you to feel their glow, to know we're bound beneath the same sky, our hearts joined in this quiet plea. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I tell you of the gratitude woven into my prayer for the life I've lived, for the love we share, for the chance to write these words. I think of your smile, the way it lights my world, and I ask for the strength to see it again. I describe the cool air on my face, the way it grounds me, like the touch of your hand. I want this letter to carry the prayer's calm, to wrap you in its peace, helping you rest easy, knowing I'm steady, held by this moment. I think of the lessons from my mentors, their voices echoing in my prayer. Lady Ilara taught me to seek peace within, to let love guide my actions. I write of her wisdom, how it shapes my words now, asking for a heart that remains open, even in battle. I want you to hear her voice through me, to know I fight not for glory, but for the quiet evenings we'll share, your head on my shoulder. The fire's glow is nearly gone, but its warmth lingers, and I feel a gentle tide of calm carrying me closer to you. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I describe the prayer's rhythm, like a heartbeat, steady and true. I ask for forgiveness, too, for the times I've been distant, for the weight my absence places on you. I want you to know this prayer is for us, a vow to return, to build the life we dream of. The stars outside are bright, their light a beacon, and I write of their promise, how they guide my heart home. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing smoothly, filling the parchment with this moment's serenity. The night is deep, the camp silent. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The prayer lingers, a soft presence that steadies me, like your love does. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying my hope and peace to you. I close my eyes, picturing your face, and feel a calm that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. I rise from my knees, the tent still and warm, and know this moment, this prayer, is ours to share, a light to guide us both. The tent is cloaked in the deep stillness of the night, the embers of the fire now a faint pulse of warmth, their glow barely touching the parchment before me. My quill rests in my hand, its feather soft and steady, as if it senses the quiet reverence of this moment. The camp lies silent, the world beyond the canvas wrapped in starlight and shadow. My thoughts turn to my comrades, the knights who share this vigil, their faces etched with courage and quiet fears. I want to share them with you, my love, to paint their humanity, the bond that holds us as we face the dawn. The air carries the scent of damp earth and distant hay, and I let these words flow, each one a bridge to you. I step outside the tent for a moment, my boots sinking into the soft ground, and look across the camp. The tents glow faintly under the stars, each sheltering a soul I've come to know. I write of Sir Roland, broad-shouldered and weathered, his laugh a rumble that lifts our spirits. I describe his hands, scarred from years of wielding a mace, and the way he speaks of his daughters, his voice softening. I want you to see him, to feel his warmth, to know he fights for a home not unlike ours, a place of love and light. There's young Tom, barely a man, his armor still bright with newness. I tell you of his nervous grin, how he polishes his sword to calm his hands. I write of the stories he shares, of a sweetheart waiting in a coastal village, her letters tucked inside his tunic. His hope is a mirror of mine, and I want you to feel it, to know we're all bound by dreams of those we hold dear. I describe the way he hums a tune, soft and off-key, blending with the night's quiet. This letter carries his youth, his heart, to you. I return to the tent, the fire's faint warmth welcoming me. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I write of Lady Mira, her eyes sharp but kind, her bow always at her side. She's a healer as much as a warrior, her hands quick to bind wounds or offer a steady grip. I tell you of her quiet prayers at dusk, her faith a steady flame. I want you to see her strength, to know she reminds me of you, resilient, compassionate, a light in the dark. Her presence steadies us, and I share that calm with you now. I think of the others, silent Gerard, who carves tiny birds from wood, and jovial Hall, whose tales of tavern brawls make us forget the cold. I describe their faces, lit by campfires, each marked by life's joys and sorrows. I want you to know them, to feel the brotherhood that binds us, not in battle's heat, but in these quiet hours. I write of the glances we share, unspoken understanding passing between us, a promise to stand together. This letter is my way of bringing you into our circle, of sharing the humanity that grounds me. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint spark. The tent is a haven, its shadows soft and familiar. I tell you of the laughter that sometimes breaks the silence, a jest about burnt stew or a clumsy squire. It's fleeting, but it reminds us we're alive, that we carry homes in our hearts. I want you to hear that laughter, to know it echoes the joy I find in you. I describe the way the stars reflect in our eyes, their light a shared hope that carries us toward dawn. I think of you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the weight we all carry, not just armor, but love, longing, the dreams that keep us whole. I tell you how Roland's stories of his girls make me think of the family we'll build, how Tom's letters mirror this one I write to you. I want you to feel their presence, to know they're with me, their courage bolstering mine. The fire's glow is nearly gone, but its warmth lingers, and I feel a gentle peace, knowing these words will reach you. The night is deep, the camp silent. I dip the quill again, the ink flowing smoothly, and write of the trust we share, how it mirrors the trust I have in you. I describe the way we move as one, not out of fear, but out of care for each other, for those we protect. I want you to know these comrades are my strength, but you are my heart. This letter is my bridge to you, carrying their faces, their stories, and my love across the miles. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. These nights are my brothers and sisters, but you are my home. This letter holds their humanity, my gratitude, and my promise to return. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a calm that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. The tent is steeped in the quiet embrace of the night, the embers of the fire now a mere whisper of warmth, their faint glow barely tracing the edges of the parchment. My quill rests in my hand, its feather still and soft, as if it, too, feels the serenity of this moment. The camp lies silent, the world beyond the canvas cloaked in starlight and the gentle rustle of leaves. My thoughts turn to the land we defend, the kingdom that stretches beyond this camp, its rivers and hills a tapestry of memories. I want to share this with you, my love, to paint the beauty that fuels my resolve as I write this letter. The air carries the scent of dew and distant blossoms, and I let these visions guide my words, each one a gift for you. I close my eyes and see the rolling meadows of our kingdom, their grasses swaying under a summer breeze. I write of the wildflowers that dot the fields, bluebells and daisies, their petals soft as your touch. I describe the way the sun warms the earth, casting golden light that dances on the blades of grass. I want you to walk those meadows in your mind, to feel the ground beneath your feet, to know this land is worth every step I take. It's the heart of our home, the place where our dreams take root. The rivers come alive on the page, their waters clear and steady, winding through valleys like silver threads. I tell you of the one near our village, where willows dip their branches to kiss the current. I write of the mornings I fish there, the waters murmur a lullaby, and how I imagine us sitting on its banks, your laughter blending with its song. I want you to hear that river, to feel its coolness, to know it flows for us, carrying my love to you across the miles. This letter is my way of bringing you there, to the heart of the land we cherish. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint spark of light. The tent is a haven, its shadows gentle and familiar. I describe the hills that rise in the distance, their slopes cloaked in heather and gorse. I tell you of the evenings I climbed them as a boy, chasing the sunset, the air sweet with the scent of earth. Those hills stand guard over our kingdom, and I fight to keep them safe, to ensure they'll cradle our future. I want you to see their curves, to feel their strength, to know they hold the promise of our tomorrows. The forests of our land fill my thoughts, their canopies thick with oak and ash. I write of the paths I've walked, where sunlight filters through leaves, dappling the ground in gold. I describe the chatter of birds, the soft tread of deer, the way the air feels alive with secrets. I think of our strolls through similar woods, your hand in mine, and I want you to feel that peace, to know this land is a sanctuary, worth every sacrifice. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment, carrying the forest's quiet magic to you. I think of the villages scattered across the kingdom, their stone cottages glowing in the dusk. I tell you of the laughter that spills from their windows, the smoke curling from chimneys, the rhythm of life that pulses through them. I write of the markets, the festivals, the children who run barefoot through the streets. This is what I defend, not just earth and stone, but the people, the stories, the love that binds them. I want you to see their faces, to know they're in my heart, as you are, as I write these words. The stars outside are bright, their light slipping through the tent's flap. I describe their glow, how it bathes the land in silver, a reminder of the beauty we share. I want you to feel that light, to know it guides me, just as your love does. I tell you of the mountains in the north, their peaks touched with snow, standing as sentinels over our home. They're distant from this camp, but I carry their majesty, their endurance, in my resolve. This letter weaves their strength, their grace, into every line for you. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the land's heartbeat, the way it sings in the wind, the rivers, the laughter of its people. I want you to feel its pulse, to know it's the reason I stand here, ready to face the dawn. The fire's glow is nearly gone, but the tent remains warm, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with the kingdom's beauty. With my love for you, the night is deep, the camp silent, and I'm grateful for this chance to share this vision, this purpose, with you. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. This land is our legacy, but you are my home. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying the kingdom's light and my devotion to you. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a peace that carries me through the night, toward the dawn. The tent is wrapped in the gentle hush of the night, the embers of the fire now a faint whisper, their glow barely tracing the parchment before me. My quill rests in my hand, its feather soft and still, as if it feels the tender weight of this moment. The camp lies silent, the world beyond the canvas cloaked in starlight and the soft sigh of the breeze. My thoughts turn to you, my love, the enduring light that guides me through this shadowed hour. I want to write of you, of the love that anchors my heart as I face the dawn. The air carries the scent of cool earth and distant wildflowers, and I let these words flow, each one a vow to you. I think of your eyes, how they hold the warmth of a summer evening, steady and kind. I write of the way they crinkle when you smile, a light that could outshine the stars above this camp. I describe the moment I first saw you, by the village well, your hair catching the sunlight like a halo. That memory is my refuge, and I want you to feel it, to know it lives in me, as vivid now as it was then. This letter is my way of holding you close, of carrying your light into the darkness of this night. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I tell you of your laugh, how it dances like the river we'd walk beside, bright and free. I write of the evenings we spent on the hill, watching the sunset paint the sky in gold and rose. Your hand in mine, your voice soft as you spoke of dreams. Those moments are my strength. I want you to remember them, to feel their warmth, to know they're the heartbeat of this letter, pulsing through every word I write for you. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a faint spark of light. The tent is a haven, its shadows gentle and familiar. I think of your touch, the way your fingers brush mine, grounding me like the earth beneath my feet. I describe the scarf you gave me, its wool soft and scented with lavender, tucked inside my tunic now. I want you to know I carry it always, a piece of you that steadies me, even here, on the eve of battle. This letter weaves your presence, your love, into every line, a tapestry of peace I share with you. I write of the promises we've made, whispered under starlit skies or by the hearth's glow. I tell you how they burn in me, brighter than this fire, guiding my path. I want you to feel their weight, not as a burden, but as a joy, a vow that binds us across the miles. I describe the future I see our home, filled with laughter, the garden where you'll plant roses, the evenings we'll spend watching the stars. This letter is my pledge to make that future real, to return to you, whole and yours. I think of your strength, the quiet courage you carry, like a flame that never wavers. I write of the letters you send, your words a lifeline, each one tucked in my heart. I describe the way I read them by candlelight, your voice clear in every line, and how they remind me why I fight. I want you to know your love is my shield, stronger than any oak or steel. The stars outside are bright, their light slipping through the tent's flap, and I tell you they pale beside you, my truest light. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the small things, your habit of humming when you work, the way you tilt your head when you're thinking. These details are my treasures, and I share them now, hoping they bring you the same comfort they bring me. I want you to feel my love, steady and unending, wrapping you like a warm cloak. The fire's glow is nearly gone, but the tent remains warm, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with you, with us. The night is deep, the camp silent. I tell you, I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my anchor, my home. I describe the calm that fills me, like a tide washing over the shore, and how it comes from knowing you're with me, in every breath, every word. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying my devotion, my gratitude to you. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your face. I close my eyes, and you're there, your smile a beacon. The tent is still, the night soft and endless, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to write of you, my enduring light. This letter holds my love, my promise to return, to build our life together. I feel a peace that carries me through the night, toward the dawn, knowing you are with me, always. The tent is cloaked in the gentle stillness of the night, the embers of the fire now a faint murmur, their glow barely brushing the parchment before me. My quill rests in my hand, its feather soft and steady, catching the whisper of a breeze that slips through the canvas. The camp lies silent, but there's a subtle shift in the air, a faint lightening of the sky that signals dawn's approach. I want to share this moment with you, my love, to describe the quiet beauty of this turning hour, the way it holds me as I write this letter. The air carries the scent of dew and distant pine, and I let these sensations guide my words, each one a gift for you. I step outside the tent, my boots sinking into the damp earth, and look toward the horizon. The stars are still bright, but their edges soften, yielding to a pale gray that creeps along the sky's rim. I write of this dawn, how it feels like a promise, a new beginning waiting to unfold. I describe the way the air grows crisp, the world holding its breath as night gives way to day. I want you to see it, to feel the coolness on your skin, to know this moment is ours, shared across the miles. Back inside, the tent is warm, the embers casting a faint, cozy light. I tell you of the camp stirring, the soft sounds that begin to rise, horses shifting in their paddock, the clink of armor as someone adjusts their gear. It's not hurried, not yet, but there's a rhythm to it, like a slow heartbeat. I write of the way the light filters through the tent's flap, turning the canvas a soft silver. I want you to feel this quiet awakening, to know it's not a moment of fear, but of calm, a space where I hold you close in my heart. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I describe the sky's colors, how the gray deepens to a faint rose, like the blush of your cheeks when you laugh. I think of the mornings we've watched the sunrise, sitting on the hill near your home, the world waking around us. I want you to remember those moments, to feel their warmth, to know they live in me now, grounding me as the dawn nears. This letter is my way of bringing you here, into the soft light of this hour, where my love for you burns steady. I pause to stir the embers, coaxing a final spark. The tent is a haven, its shadows gentle and familiar. I write of the dew on the grass outside, how it glints like tiny stars, mirroring the sky above. I tell you of the birds, their first tentative notes breaking the silence, a melody that feels like hope. I want you to hear them, to know they sing for us, for the life we'll share when I return. The dawn is a bridge carrying me closer to you, and I pour that hope onto the page for you to hold close. I think of your face, lit by morning light, as you read this letter. I describe the way the dawn feels like a renewal, a chance to carry your love into the day ahead. I write of the strength it gives me, knowing you're waking under the same sky, your heart tied to mine. I want you to feel that connection, to know this dawn is a vow, a promise that I'll strive to come home. The fire's glow is gone, but the tent remains warm, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with the beauty of this moment. The camp is waking now, the sounds growing clearer, a soft word between comrades, the rustle of canvas as tents are opened. I tell you of the peace I feel, not because the battle is certain, but because your love is. I describe the way the light grows, painting the world in soft hues, and how it reminds me of your eyes, steady and kind. I want you to know this dawn is yours, a gift I carry into the day, a light that guides me back to you. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the dawn's quiet power, how it washes away the night's shadows, leaving only clarity. I want you to feel its calm, to know I'm steady, held by your love as I face what comes. The stars are fading now, but their promise lingers, and I tell you, they'll shine again tonight, for us. The night is giving way, the camp alive with soft purpose, and I'm grateful for this chance to share this dawn, this love, with you. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply. The dawn is here, but you are my home. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying the light of this moment and my devotion to you. I close my eyes, picturing your smile, and feel a peace that carries me through the morning, toward the day ahead. The tent is bathed in the soft gray light of early dawn, the embers of the fire now cold, their faint warmth lingering only in memory. My quill rests in my hand, its feather still and soft, catching the pale glow that seeps through the canvas. The camp is stirring, a quiet hum of movement rising as the world wakes. My heart is with you, my love, and with the vow I make in this letter to strive with all I am to return to you. I want to share this promise, to let you feel the resolve that steadies me as the day begins. The air carries the scent of dew-soaked grass and distant smoke, and I let these words flow, each one a pledge to you. I sit by the small table, the parchment nearly full, and write of my vow, as clear as the dawn outside. I promise to carry your love like a beacon, guiding me through the battle ahead. I describe the weight of this oath, not heavy, but uplifting, like the wind that lifts a hawk's wings. I want you to feel its strength, to know it's rooted in every moment we've shared, the quiet evenings, the laughter, the dreams we've woven together. This letter is my way of sealing that vow, of sending it to you across the miles. I think of the life we'll build, the home we'll fill with warmth. I write of the garden you'll tend, its roses blooming under your care, and the hearth where we'll sit, your hand in mine. I promise to fight for that future, to let your love be my shield, stronger than any steel. I describe the dawn's light, how it paints the tent in soft silver, and how it feels like a renewal, a chance to honor you with every step. I want you to see this moment, to know my heart is set on returning, on making our dreams real. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I tell you of the strength I draw from your letters, their words tucked in my heart, read and reread in quiet moments. I write of your courage, how it bolsters me, and how I vow to match it, to face the day with a steady soul. I want you to feel this resolve, to know it's not just for the kingdom, but for us, for the evenings we'll spend watching the stars. This letter carries that promise, a vow as enduring as the hills we love. I pause to glance outside, the camp alive with soft purpose comrades adjusting armor, horses snorting in the cool air. I describe this scene, how it feels like a shared heartbeat, each of us carrying our own vows. I tell you of my comrades' faces, their quiet determination mirroring mine, and how it reminds me of your strength. I want you to know I'm not alone, that their resolve and your love weave a net of courage around me. The tent is quiet, the dawn's light growing, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with my promise to you. I think of your smile, the way it lights my world, and I vow to see it again. I write of the meadow where we first kissed, its grass soft under our feet, and how I carry that memory into battle, a talisman of hope. I want you to remember that moment, to feel its warmth, to know it fuels my determination to return. I describe the air now, crisp and clear, and how it sharpens my focus, my vow burning brighter with every breath. This letter is my heart, pouring out my commitment to you, to us. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I tell you, I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my anchor, my reason. I write of the dawn's promise, how it feels like a path leading back to you. I want you to feel that path, to know every step I take is toward you, toward our home. The camp is waking fully now, the sounds of preparation soft but steady. And I tell you they echo my resolve, my vow to strive for you. The light outside is brighter, the sky a pale rose. I describe its beauty, how it reminds me of your blush, and how it strengthens my promise. I want you to see this dawn, to know it holds my love, my determination to return. The tent is still, the world alive with quiet purpose. And I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to write this vow. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your face, your eyes, your light. I close my eyes, and you're there, steady and true. The dawn is here, but you are my home. This letter is my soul, a bridge across the miles, carrying my vow to strive, to return, to love you always. I feel a peace that carries me through the morning, toward the day, knowing you hold this promise, as I hold you in my heart. The tent is bathed in the gentle glow of early dawn, the cold embers of the fire, now a silent memory, replaced by the soft light filtering through the canvas. My quill rests in my hand, its feather catching the pale shimmer of morning, steady as the camp begins to stir. The air is alive with the quiet sounds of awakening metal clinking softly, the rustle of straw, the low murmur of voices. I want to share this moment with you, my love, to describe the sounds of morning that surround me as I write. Their rhythm, a quiet prelude to the day. The air smells of dew and leather, and I let these sensations guide my words, each one a gift for you. I sit by the table, the parchment nearly full, and listen to the camp coming to life. I write of the soft clank of armor, as knights nearby adjust their gear, each sound deliberate, unhurried. It's a familiar music, one I've heard on countless mornings, and it steadies me now. I describe the way the sounds blend, like a stream flowing over stones, smooth and constant. I want you to hear it, to feel the calm it brings, to know this moment is not one of haste, but of purpose, holding you close in my heart. The horses stir in the paddock, their hooves scuffing the earth, their snorts soft puffs in the cool air. I tell you of Alden, my bay, and how I imagine his ears pricking at the morning's call, his breath visible in the dawn's chill. I write of the grooms moving among them, their voices low and soothing, a murmur that feels like a lullaby. I want you to picture this, to know these sounds are a bridge to home, to the mornings we'll share, waking to the world's gentle stirrings. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I describe the rustle of canvas as tents are opened, the soft snap of fabric catching the breeze. It's a sound that reminds me of laundry drying in the village, your hands smoothing sheets in the sun. I want you to feel that connection, to know these morning sounds carry memories of you, grounding me as the day approaches. I tell you of the distant clang of a cook's pot, the faint scent of bread baking, a reminder of life continuing, even here, on the edge of battle. I pause to glance outside, the dawn's light painting the camp in soft hues of rose and gold. I write of the birds, their songs growing bolder, weaving through the clink of metal and the shuffle of boots. I describe a sparrow's trill, bright and fleeting, and how it lifts my heart, like your laughter does. I want you to hear it, to know this morning is alive with hope, with the promise of returning to you. The tent is quiet, the sounds of the camp a gentle backdrop, and I dip the quill again, filling the parchment with this dawn's music. I think of your voice, soft and clear, reading these words. I tell you of the creak of leather as squires carry shields, the soft thud of packs being set down. These sounds are the heartbeat of the camp, steady and sure, and they remind me of our village waking carts rolling, doors opening, life unfolding. I want you to feel that rhythm, to know it ties me to you, to the home we'll return to. I write of the way the morning feels, crisp and alive, and how it sharpens my resolve, my vow to come back to you. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I describe the soft jingle of spurs, the occasional laugh that breaks the quiet, a reminder of the camaraderie that holds us. I want you to know these sounds are not of war, but of humanity, of men and women preparing with care, their hearts full of their own loves, like mine is of you. The dawn is brighter now, the camp alive with purpose, and I tell you, it feels like a canvas, painting the day with possibility, with my love for you. The tent is still, the morning's light growing stronger. I write of the final sounds, a horn's low call, distant and soft, signaling the day's start, the crackle of a new fire being kindled nearby. I want you to hear them, to know they carry me forward, toward you. The air is cool, the world awake, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to share this morning's song with you. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your smile, your light. I close my eyes, and you're there, steady and true. The morning is here, but you are my home. This letter is my heart, a bridge across the miles, carrying the sounds of this dawn and my love to you. I feel a peace that carries me through the day, knowing you hold these words as I hold you in my soul. The tent is bathed in the soft, steady light of morning, the dawn's glow filtering through the canvas, casting a gentle warmth across the parchment. My quill rests in my hand, its feather catching the faint breeze that stirs the air, now alive with the quiet hum of the waking camp. The sounds of morning's soft clinks of metal, murmurs of voices, the rustle of straw form a gentle backdrop, as I prepare to finish this letter, I want to share this moment with you, my love, to describe the final words I pen, sealing them with hope as the day begins. The air carries the scent of fresh dew and distant wood smoke, and I let these feelings guide my words, each one a final gift for you. I sit at the small table, the parchment nearly full, its edges curling slightly from the weight of my thoughts. I write of the act of finishing this letter, how it feels like a sacred task, a way to hold you close before I face the dawn. I describe the quill's soft scratch, the ink's dark flow, and the care I take with each word, wanting them to carry my heart to you. I want you to feel this moment, to know these final lines are my vow, my hope, my love, sealed for you across the miles. The letter is a tapestry of us, our memories, our dreams, the quiet moments that bind us. I tell you how I fold the parchment, my fingers tracing its edges, imagining your hands unfolding it one day. I write of the wax I'll use to seal it, the candle's flame steady as I drip red onto the fold, pressing my ring to leave its mark a silver tree, our crest. I want you to see that seal, to feel its weight, to know it carries my promise to return, to build our life together. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the parchment. I describe the calm that fills me as I write these final words, a peace born of knowing you'll hold this letter, that my love will reach you. I tell you of the dawn outside, its light now a soft gold, painting the camp in hues of warmth. I want you to feel that light, to know it mirrors the hope I seal into these pages, a hope that carries me through the day, toward you. This letter is my heart, its words a bridge to you, built with every memory we share. I pause to glance outside, the camp alive with quiet purpose, comrades moving with steady steps, horses being saddled, the air humming with life. I write of this scene, how it feels like a continuation of the letter, a world waking with the same hope I pour onto the page. I tell you, I imagine you reading this by your window, the morning light on your face, and it steadies me. I want you to know these words are for you, a gift to keep you close, to remind you I'm striving to come home. I think of your smile, the way it lights my world, and I write my final lines with that image in my heart. I tell you I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my strength, my reason. I describe the act of tying the letter with a thin cord. It's not small but firm, like the bond we share. I want you to feel that cord, to know it holds my love, my hope, my vow to return. The tent is quiet, the dawn's light growing, and I dip the quill one last time, filling the parchment with my heart. I imagine you holding this letter, your fingers brushing the wax seal. I write of the peace I feel, knowing these words will find you, that they'll carry my love across the miles. I tell you of the morning's beauty, the way the sky opens like a promise, and how it reminds me of your eyes, steady and kind. I want you to see this dawn, to know it holds my hope, my determination to be with you again. The camp is fully awake now, the sounds of preparation clear, and I tell you they echo my resolve, my love for you. The tent is still, the morning's light warm and sure. I set the quill down, my hand lingering on the parchment, and breathe deeply. I describe the final act slipping the letter into my satchel, where it will wait for a messenger to carry it to you. I want you to know it's safe, that it holds everything I am, everything I feel for you. I close my eyes, picturing your face, and feel a peace that carries me through the morning, toward the day, knowing you'll hold these words as I hold you in my soul. The letter is done, sealed with hope, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to write to you, my love. The dawn is here, but you are my home. This letter is my soul, a bridge across the miles, carrying my heart to you. I rise from the table, the parchment secure, and feel a calm that steadies me, ready for what comes, with you in my heart. The tent is filled with the warm, steady light of morning. The dawn's glow now bright, casting soft shadows across the canvas. The table where I wrote my letter is cleared, the parchment safely tucked away, and my quill rests in its case, its work done for now. The camp is alive with purpose, the air humming with the clink of armor, the soft tread of boots, and the low voices of my comrades. I want to share this moment with you, my love, to describe how I prepare for the battle ahead, feeling both calm and resolute as the day unfolds. The air carries the scent of fresh grass and polished leather, and I let these sensations guide my words, each one a gift for you. I stand by my armor, stacked neatly in the corner, its steel glinting in the morning light. I write of the breastplate, its surface worn but strong, and how I lift it, feeling its familiar weight settle over my shoulders. I describe the act of buckling it, my fingers steady, the leather straps soft from years of use. I want you to see this, to know it's not just armor, but a promise, a shield for the life we'll share. The tent is quiet, the sounds of the camp a gentle backdrop, and I feel a peace that comes from knowing you're with me in every step I take. Next, I reach for the chainmail, its rings rustling softly as I pull it on. I tell you of its cool embrace, how it molds to me like a second skin, flexible yet unyielding. I think of the armorer's words, that each link is a prayer, and I imagine those prayers holding me now, as your love does. I want you to feel that strength, to know I'm steady, grounded by the thought of you. I describe the gauntlets, their leather grips worn smooth, and how they fit my hands, ready to hold my sword, to fight for our future. I pause to glance outside, the camp bustling with quiet efficiency knights donning armor, squires carrying shields, horses being saddled. I write of this scene, how it feels like a shared heartbeat, each of us preparing with care, our hearts full of those we love. I tell you of Alden, my horse, waiting in the paddock, his coat gleaming in the dawn. I imagine his steady gaze, his readiness, and it bolsters me. I want you to picture him, to know he carries me toward you, toward home, with every step. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the new parchment I have taken to continue my thoughts. I describe the greaves and sabatons, how I fasten them, their steel cool against my legs. I tell you of the shield, its scars a map of my journey, and how I lift it, its weight familiar, its crest a reminder of our house. I want you to feel its purpose, to know I carry it for you, for the meadow where we'll walk again, hand in hand. The tent is a haven, the morning's light warm, and I feel a calm that steadies me, like your touch. I think of your smile, the way it lights my world, and I write of the resolve it gives me. I tell you, I'm preparing not just my body, but my heart, filling it with memories of us the evenings by the river, the nights under the stars. I want you to know these memories are my strength, my reason to face the day. I describe the final piece, my helmet, its visor polished, and how I set it aside for now, wanting to feel the morning air a little longer. This letter carries my preparation, my love to you. I imagine you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the camp's rhythm, the way it mirrors my pulse, steady and sure. I tell you, I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my anchor, my home. I describe the dawn's beauty, its golden light spilling over the hills, and how it feels like a vow, a promise to return. I want you to see this morning, to know it holds my resolve, my determination to be with you again. The tent is still, the camp alive with quiet purpose. I write of the final moments checking my sword, its blade sharp and true, and slipping your scarf, lavender scented, into my tunic. I want you to know it's with me, a piece of you that steadies my heart. The air is crisp, the world awake, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to share this preparation with you. I set the quill down, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your face, your light. I close my eyes, and you're there, steady and true. The morning is here, but you are my home. This letter is my soul, a bridge across the miles, carrying my resolve and my love to you. I rise, armor secure, heart full, and feel a peace that carries me through the day, toward the battle, with you in my heart. The tent is bathed in the full light of morning, the dawn's golden glow streaming through the canvas, warming the air within. My armor is on, its weight familiar and steady, and the letter to you, my love, is safely tucked in my satchel, ready for the messenger. The camp is alive with quiet purpose, the sounds of preparation clinking metal, soft commands, the snort of horses blending into a steady rhythm. I want to share this moment with you, to describe the march that begins now. As I join my comrades and move toward the battlefield, my heart resolute. The air carries the scent of trampled grass and polished steel, and I let these sensations guide my words, each one a gift for you. I step outside, my boots firm on the earth, and join the line of knights forming in the camp's center. I write of the scene, the banners fluttering in the breeze, their colors bright against the sky, the glint of armor catching the sun. I describe the way we move, not with haste, but with a shared resolve, our steps measured, our faces calm. I want you to see us, to feel the strength that binds us, to know I carry you with me, your love a light in my heart as we begin this march. Alden waits nearby, his coat gleaming, his eyes steady as I approach. I tell you of the moment I mount him, the creak of leather, the way his warmth steadies me. I write of his gait, smooth and sure, as we fall into step with the others, the rhythm of hooves a heartbeat that echoes my own. I want you to picture him, to know he carries me not just to battle, but toward you, toward home. The morning is bright, the air crisp, and I feel a peace that comes from knowing you're with me, in every breath. The quill moves slowly, the ink dark against the new parchment I have taken to capture this moment. I describe the path we take, a wide trail winding through fields of golden grass, the hills rising gently in the distance. I tell you of the birds overhead, their wings catching the light, their calls a soft counterpoint to our march. I want you to hear them, to know this moment is not one of dread, but of purpose, a step toward the future we'll share. This letter carries the march, my resolve to you. I think of your smile, the way it lights my world, and I write of the strength it gives me. I tell you of my comrades' Roland's steady presence, Tom's nervous grin, Mira's quiet focus, and how their courage mirrors my own. I want you to know we march together, not just as knights, but as people bound by love, by dreams of home. I describe the weight of my shield. Its scars a reminder of why I fight for you, for our village, for the life we'll build. The sun is high now, warming my armor, and I feel a calm that steadies me, like your touch. I pause in my mind's eye, imagining you reading this by your window, the morning light on your face. I write of the dust rising from the path, the way it catches the sun, turning the air golden. I tell you, I'm not afraid, not because I'm fearless, but because your love is my anchor, my reason. I want you to feel this march, to know each step is a vow, a promise to return. The camp is behind us now, the battlefield ahead, but my heart is with you, steady and true. I imagine you holding this letter, your fingers brushing the page. I describe the banner's snap, the soft jingle of spurs, the quiet words shared between comrades. I want you to hear them, to know they are the sounds of hope, of determination, of love. I tell you of the scarf you gave me, its lavender scent a comfort against my heart, and how it reminds me of you with every step. The march continues, the world alive with purpose, and I'm grateful for this moment, for the chance to share it with you. The hills draw closer, their slopes green and gentle, and I write of their beauty, how they remind me of our walks, your hand in mine. I want you to see them, to know they guide me, as your love does. The air is warm, the sky clear, and I feel a peace that carries me forward, toward the day, with you in my heart. I set the quill down in my mind, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your face, your light. The march is steady, but you are my home. This letter is my soul, a bridge across the miles, carrying my resolve and my love to you. I ride with Alden, my comrades at my side, and feel a calm that steadies me, knowing you hold these words, as I hold you in my heart, always. The march has brought us to the edge of the battlefield, a wide plain stretching beneath a sky now touched with the soft hues of late morning. My armor is secure, Alden's step steady beneath me, and the letter to you, my love, rests safely in my satchel, its words a quiet anchor in my heart. The camp is far behind, but the rhythm of our march lingers hooves on earth, the soft clink of steel, the shared silence of my comrades. I want to share this final moment with you, to reflect on love and duty as the day unfolds, my thoughts fading into peace. The air carries the scent of wild grass and distant rivers, and I let these feelings guide my words, each one a gentle farewell for you. I sit astride Alden, my shield resting against my side, its scars glinting in the sunlight. I write of the plain before us, its grasses swaying like a sea, the hills in the distance standing as quiet sentinels. I tell you of the calm that fills me, not because the path is certain, but because your love is. I think of your eyes, steady and kind, and I want you to know they guide me now, a light that softens the weight of duty. This letter is my heart, carrying my final thoughts to you, a whisper of peace as the moment approaches. The quill moves slowly in my mind, the ink dark against the parchment I imagine. I describe my comrades' Roland's steady nod, Tom's determined gaze, Mira's quiet strength, and how they remind me of the bonds that matter, the love that binds us all. I want you to see them, to know we stand together, not for glory, but for homes like ours, for futures like the one we dream of. I write of the scarf you gave me, its lavender scent a comfort against my heart, and how it feels like your touch, steadying me as I face the day. I think of the life we'll share, the evenings by the river, the mornings waking to bird song. I tell you of my duty, how it's woven with love, a thread that ties me to you, to our village, to the land we cherish. I want you to feel this balance, to know I carry both in my heart, duty to protect, love to return. I describe the sky, its clouds drifting like soft promises, and how it reminds me of the nights we counted stars. Your voice a melody in the dark. This letter holds those memories, fading gently into peace for you. I pause in my thoughts, imagining you reading this, your fingers brushing the page. I write of the breeze that stirs the grass, cool and gentle, and how it feels like a blessing, a reminder to breathe, to hold you close. I want you to feel that breeze, to know it carries my love, my hope, my peace. I tell you I'm ready, not with fear, but with a quiet resolve, your love, my truest shield. The plain is still, the moment soft, and I'm grateful for this chance to share it, to let my thoughts rest with you. The world fades as I write, the battlefield blurring into a distant hum. I describe the warmth of the sun, the way it wraps the plain in gold, and how it feels like your smile, lighting my way. I want you to see this light, to know it holds my love, my promise to strive for you. I tell you of the calm that settles over me, like a tide washing over the shore, and how it comes from knowing you're with me in every breath, every thought. This letter is my soul, a bridge across the miles, fading into peace as I hold you close. I imagine you by your window, the letter in your hands, the world quiet around you. I write of the love that endures, the duty that guides, and how they blend into a single truth: you are my home. I want you to rest easy, to feel this peace, to know my heart is yours, always. The moment is near, but my thoughts are with you, soft and steady, like the stars that will shine tonight. I set the quill down in my mind, my hand resting on the page, and breathe deeply, picturing your face, your light. This tale, A Knight's Last Letter Before Battle, is a journey through love, duty, and quiet reflection, meant to soothe you into rest. It follows a knight penning his heart to his beloved, weaving memories of home, the weight of armor, and the faces of comrades into a tapestry of peace. Each part builds a bridge across the miles, from the fire-lit tent to the battlefield's edge, grounded in the enduring light of love. The story's gentle rhythm, rich with sensory details, aims to calm your mind, letting you drift into sleep with a sense of warmth and connection. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe for more stories to ease your nights. Share where you're listening from in the comments. I'd love to know. Now, let the night's words fade like a soft whisper, carrying you gently into dreams. Story complete. Sleep well.